So my parents were born in Cambodia and they moved to the United States, and then I was born. So I'm a first generation student. I'm the oldest in my family. I didn't know what to expect when I was going into college, and since they never had college experience, they weren't able to tell me anything. So I basically had to go into school, my first day of school, like brand new.
The pressures are different, and they stem from the fact that the parents don't really understand what the child needs to go through in order to succeed in college, just because they didn't do it.
Growing up, my parents weren't really able to help me out in school. It was really tough because, usually your parents are supposed to be there to help you, help you with homework or help you, with your SATs. They're supposed to help you, get into college and everything, and I had to do all of that on my own. So it caused me a lot of stress, and it was really difficult because I didn't really have anyone to help me out,
So I would say potentially there is stress from issues that are either not related to school or that would be sort of ancillary. So if there was issues with access to income to pay for school, sort of an outside thing because it depends on your own personal or your family's financial situation, but it has to do also with school.
When the stress that a person is experiencing kind of outweighs their resources to cope with it, that can lead to things like anxiety.
It definitely added a lot of pressure on me, only because when I was raised, my parents always taught me to be a hard worker and to be perfect in a sense. So growing up, it was tough because they wanted everything to be perfect. They wanted your grades to be perfect. They wanted you to excel in school. So that definitely had a lot of pressure on me because I wasn't the greatest at school, and it really caused me a lot of turmoil because I wasn't that great, and it caused me a lot of stress, and it caused me to just shut down and not want to do school and not know what I wanted to do in school. So
learned helplessness is a condition where the individual stops trying. It comes out of motivation research, and they stop trying because they feel that their efforts are not really leading to anything.
And the other thing that sort of underserved, however you want to define it, students experience when they come to college is just sort of a huge social adjustment, things that students might not have been exposed to, or they might just feel intimidated. They might feel really inadequate compared to their peers, so they don't speak up, which certainly impacts on their work, but also makes them feel pretty crappy and can absolutely increase anxiety and lead to other challenges and difficulties psychologically.
A lot of my stress and anxiety came from my parents because they just wanted everything to be the way that they wanted it to be, and if it wasn't their way, it didn't come out right, and that caused so much problems, especially when I originally went to Widener for nursing for my undergrad, and my parents were so happy. They loved that I wanted to do nursing only because it was a job that you would be able to find easily and get paid really well. But nursing ended up not being my thing, so I ended up switching my major behind their backs, and I lied to them. I didn't tell them the truth, and once they found out, they were upset, and it caused so much stress and anxiety because having to hide that stuff isn't fun. So yeah, it was definitely difficult, but now I kind of appreciate it more. I appreciate everything that my parents have done for me, and that's something that I never thought about when I was younger. And now that I'm getting older, I think that I'm realizing that family is a lot more important compared to wanting to be like everybody else. And there are still pressures and anxiety and stress that I have because of the way that I was raised, but that's definitely something that I'm working on.